Hello guys, in this video it's going to be a fairly quick video, just going to share some links that I have to some free resources. So this is no way related to the platform that I recommend in every video. On this one you won't hear about it, so just free resources. So um, various links that are on the website that anyone can access. I don't think you need to sign up, but on maybe a couple of them you may need to, but beyond that you don't really need to. So prediction data. So the first link will give you what the market is thinking in terms of interest rate hikes or cuts. So if you just if you make a note of that, I should put all of these links in the description below. That one will show you which way the market's leading on that. Next one is called a website called Predict It, which you can put in to ask for who what people are thinking in terms of um, the outcome through various elections that there have been in. So recently, whereas UK election, Brexit election, French election, the United States election, this one will give you a less biased view on who is going to win the election, and obviously that will affect what you wish to trade. Google Trends is always good. So you can see what our trends are developing on certain keywords in the world. That should also help you out as well. Macro data. So St. Louis Fed is always good for quick and nasty data, and some actually in-depth data as well. And it's completely free. World Government Bond gives you different bond yields around the world, measurements of those. OEC data is great for looking at commodities and trading relationships between different countries in a visual map. I use it all the time. Data from the OECD is great for like the macro above the macro, so things that are coming out on an annual basis but don't change that much. But when markets tend to have a tantrum, this type of information matters a lot. So in terms of like household debt we've got here, but debt per person, etc., around the world, populations, things like that. It's really good for that kind of data. Central banks, obviously Federal Reserve, you need to know when they're meeting, what they're saying, what their press releases are, etc. Same with the ECB, and that's what these couple of links here are. Like I mentioned in my QE video, just Wikipedia, you'll get a complete breakdown of all the different QE movements that have happened, any scandals, any famous sayings that people have said. For example, Mario Draghi, we will do whatever it takes. Yeah, his speech on that and what happened, how much QE is actually QE, how does it work, blah, blah, blah. They're always good articles to have and to update on every now and again. ETFs, everybody loves ETFs and looking at them and which ones are doing well and not. So it's always good to have a link to the biggest ETF providers out there, and then you can see what are in the holdings, etc. If not through the Metastock Xenith platform, but also just some extra information is also available there. So if we move straight back up, I've shown this in a previous video with the market PMI release schedule and press releases to see the long-term charts. If you don't have access to all the data, is invaluable for your trading process, and that is through this link here. And then we've got some earnings forecast. So one real bugbear I have with many different platforms is that they don't provide like an earnings forecast per sector going forwards and going backwards, so you can see which sectors are going to have the best earnings growth going forwards, which is always good to see for traders. And that's what these various links show us. It's all completely free, downloadable PDFs, and then these ones here show us the actual P ratio and earnings growth for the S&P 500 overall, and some additional material for different metrics for measuring the valuation of the actual stock market. So if it ever gets too overvalued, you can be able to look at historical data from here. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to locate them within the Metastock Xenith platform, but if you have a free resource, that's also good as well. For those of you interested in options, there's a great, wonderful website here called optionstrading.org. Excuse me. It gives you a, a number of different strategies, how to execute them, and what would be the situations that are best served by options. Futures, for those of you who got interested in futures, obviously they're calculated much more differently to buying CFDs or stock or options. So this website here just is a futures calculator. You just click on it and you just change the instrument, put in your different buys and sells, and it will calculate what your potential profits are, etc. If you trade with interactive brokers, these links are great as well. One for tutorials and another one for a user guide as to how to use the platform, putting on different styles of trades, etc. And then finally, something that's coming up recently is restaurant data. So this is a Google Doc that exists to show you the different level of restaurant bookings around the world as a, I guess you can call it a coincident indicator or measure of consumer sentiment. Obviously, you'll go to restaurants more often if you have some more cash, and if you don't, you'll probably not go to the restaurant for whatever reason. So that is a run through my most valuable or most informative links that I've got that I've built up over the years from trading. Um, and if you found this video helpful, please like the video, please share the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one of the videos.